So I'm going to replace the seals in the axle hubs as well while I'm at it, because I'm just assuming that everything's leaking. I don't know, because I've just got the axle cleaned up and painted. So what I'm going to do first is take the split ring out, which fortunately is actually pretty loose. It's not really all that tight, so I just pull it out. I'll just put my little tool here. Sit on here. We'll undo the, just undo the nut. It's not left-handed thread or anything, so we don't have to worry about it. You can see it's quite tight, but as I say, it's not left-handed, so we're not so bad with that. Now what I like to do here, I'll take the washer off. What I like to do, I'm going to put a bit of oil on the thread. Grease as well on there. Put the oil on the thread. I'm going to screw my nut on and off until it's pretty loose. Work it so it's easy, which it is. Now I leave the nut on. Might seem counterintuitive, but I leave it on, I leave it loose. I just leave a little bit off the end, because I'm going to have to use a puller on this. I know it's going to be serious because I know it's a tapered fit with a key in it, which means it's an interference fit, which means it's tight. I also know it's tight because in the end of the shaft I got a dimple, and the dimple corresponds with a little blob on the end of my puller on here to make sure that this stays in the centre. So that means we're expecting a lot of torque to be put on it to separate this, which I can attest to because that's what it'll take. So the thread on the puller too is a fine thread, it's not a coarse thread, so I know this is serious. And you need a serious puller as well, not some toy out of some bloody do-it-yourself shop. You need something that's pretty serious. Just a sec. You'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to put my puller on first, and as I say, I leave the nut on because when this comes off, with it being on a taper, it doesn't slide off nice and easy. It comes off sometimes with a bit of a thump. If it lets go, if you don't have the nut on, it'll fly right off, and if you happen to stand in the way, you're the lucky guy that catches it in a very delicate place, you might say, and you won't be walking straight up for a while. So you'll leave the nut on, because if it does let go quickly and it flies off, which I've seen more than once, like I say, it'll certainly make your eyes water. So I'm just putting and when you tighten these up, it's a good idea to keep them the same distance so that this stays in the centre and it's not going to be pulling to one side. Now you want this so it's pretty straight. I'm going to be going that way. So we're pretty straight on, we're not bad. Now, as I say, this is a pretty serious puller, needs to be, because it's going to be on a lot of tension here. So I have an adapter on the end here, especially for bashing it with an hammer, which is another clue that this is not going to come off easy. So I'll tighten it up, and then keeping my hands clear of this stuff. can tell, it's pretty tight. Now come to an bash here, and bash it on the end. Sometimes you're lucky and it comes off. Most of the time you're not. Another thing you can try, give it a few whacks on the back here. And on the front if you like. To be honest, it doesn't usually work. Okay. We're not going to get it much more. Looks tight, I don't think. You can see there's a lot of pressure on it. The puller's staying straight, which is important. So it's pulling in the middle, so that's good. Now it puts a lot of stress on the hub. If you're trying to do this on a TR6, 9 times out of 10 it bends the hub. So you've got to be careful you don't do the same thing here. So now what I'm going to do is do something I don't like doing. But I'm obviously, this isn't coming off. There's no point just keep bashing away at it, it's not going to work. What I'm going to have to do is warm this up, that will get it off. Trouble is, if I warm it up, I have to get it off. Because if I warm it up and let it go cold, it gets on even tighter, then I'm shrinking it on. Looks even better. Anyway, so I've got my bottles. I'm not right keen on this, but I don't have any choice. I think this has been on here for 30 years. And also I'm not using a propane torch. I'm using as you can see, I'm using a welding torch. Because it's heat I need on it, not I don't want to warm it, I want to get it up. And I go around it evenly. Now I can see it going through flame, so I know it's hot. Bash it some more. There it goes. Now you can see it lets go with a bang. And you haven't got to mess around, you've got to get it off when it's hot. So say if you don't get it off when it's hot, and you let it cool down, you're really going to have a problem getting it off then. So I'm just going to undo it. Okay, we're off. There's our oil seal. So I'm just going to let everything cool down for a bit and then we'll put the new oil seal in. Okay, everything's cooled off now. My hub's cold, the shaft is cold, so we're just going to take out the oil seal and clean stuff up a bit and then just replace it. The oil seal comes out a lot easier than it does out of the pinion. I can just get a screwdriver in here, because I've said that, it won't come out easy. Of course not. There we go. So that's the seal, as you can see. It's steel all around, so what I need to do is clean this up around here. What I like to do is make sure the keyway fits pretty easy in here. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I like it to be, I don't like it stiff. So I'm just going to clean that and the hub, and then we'll put the new seal in and we'll fasten it all up and good to go. Okay, so I've cleaned all my parts up, I've got everything done. I've cleaned all the nuts, all the nut, and I've made all the grooves in it, made sure they were clean and clear, and cleaned the washer. And also done my key, cleaned the key up, made sure it fits in here nice and tight. We don't want it loose. Now, we've got the new seal. The seal goes on one way, the lip goes towards where the oil comes from, which means it faces inside. So you can see the lip on it, so that goes to the inside. What I try and do with it is I put a bit of grease on the outside. It's not to make it seal or anything, it's just to make it go in easier, so because these can be a little bit tricky to get in. If you haven't done this before, I would suggest, these are, they're only Canadian, they were like $6-7 each, so I would suggest you buy an extra one in case you screw it up, because the price of it doesn't matter. So if you put it in, as I say, it can be a bit awkward to get in because it doesn't. Try and push it in a bit first, which is usually hold it on one side, and don't try and bash it in a long way. Just tap nice and easy. As I said, it can be a bit difficult to get in. Try not to grind the inside of the seal. I shouldn't tell you that, but people grind the inside of it to help get it started. It's not a good idea because that's more likely to help it leak rather than help it go in. Put your wood or put your key in here first. And just this should go on top of there now. Don't put anything on the shaft. It's funny, sometimes these things go on really well. And other times they don't. Now put the washer on. Now what I like to do, we have to torque this nut. I'll just put a bit of grease around the end of the washer because we're putting a torque setting on it. We don't want it to be sticking or holding up on the washer. Oh, another thing which is really handy. We've cleaned out the hole that the split pin goes through. And what we do is put a chalk mark right where the hole is. And it's not as hard to find where our nut's got to go to. The torque setting on this is 125 to 145. So that's quite tight. Oh, by the way, the puller that you want, try and get these kind. I looked online, see if you can buy them, which you can. They're between $150 and $200 American, somewhere over $200. There's always a price range. But you buy it, this comes off the end, and you can see what it's like. This is what you want. You don't want any of them gear pullers or stuff that's hooks on the end. No, you want a hub puller, a serious one like this. Yeah, put that on there. Got my torque setting on my torque wrench, and we're going to set it at 125. Got a split pin somewhere as well. There you go. I'm going to set it at 125 because we can go 125 to 145. So what we have to concentrate on is lining up the hole with the split pin. Generally speaking, there's only one hole for the split pin to go through. Sometimes there's two, but believe it or not, it wings the shaft if there's two of them on, so they tend to only use one. So because of our range now of torque, it would be foolish to start off at 145 because then I can't go any tighter. So, alright, we'll lock now. So just make sure there's no oil on it, it's not dirty and it is not hot. Do not put this back on while it's still hot or warm, because then it's a shrink fit. You'll never get the bloody thing off if you have to take it off again. So don't put it on when it's hot, let everything go to stone cold. Now just put your torque up to 125. See where we are? No. So we're going to go up to 135. See what that gets us. And hopefully that'll get us, because we're right halfway in between. On the limit, 145, probably a bit tighter, but it's okay. I'm not really keen on going backwards with him. So there you go. That's how you put the seal in it. And as I say, you've got a space here. There's room here from 125 to 145, but if you know, I probably want another £5 over, but I'm not really sweating that because I need it. I'd rather it lines up than rather than go back on it. I don't like going back. And also remember, if you've got a torque wrench, turn it off, turn it back to zero. Then you can take the spring load off. It'll last longer. I've had this wrench for a long time, and it's still pretty accurate. Anyway, that's it. So if you liked it or like our channel, subscribe, and if you want to be a member, that would be great. I'll put something on Patreon. We're going to do that as well because we're trying to get some money to help pay for doing the videos. Anyway, thanks very much. That's it.